Welcome to 2025's first Tuesday tape, Pats Commanders. Obviously, the Pats won big. We're going to talk about Treveyon Henderson. We're going to talk about Will Campbell, and we're going to talk about the young receivers. So break down kind of what happened in that game. It's fun to watch. And it all started with this amazing kickoff that really showcased Treveyon Henderson's ability to hit a home run. And I had him clocked at almost 21 miles an hour at the end of this. Just an amazing play. But there's a lot more to it than just blazing speed because there's nifty play design and some slick running. So he's going to take this down the left numbers. And when he gets to the kicker, I think a lot of guys would try and make this move, and that gives him a chance to get run down. But he makes a play on the special team safety. And I think it's a really smart play because this guy is very leverage compromised, and there's absolutely no way he's going to be able to turn around and have any juice to catch up with Treveyon Henderson, who is, for even his modest 40 time, really just a light speed back, like a world-class athlete. But if we go back to the beginning of the play, I really think Springer cooked here because this is kind of a gap scheme, trap influence play where he's going to have Craig Woodson sort of drive this bullet defender over into Schooler, and he doesn't really stick a great block, but this displaces everyone enough to get this sort of like gaping hole for Treveyon Henderson to run through. This was the sort of fully operational Death Star play, but we saw his speed elsewhere, like on toss 39, where this is an outside man run with some zone concepts on the inside, and you're heading for the 9 hole, which when you pull the tackle, that's going to be outside, and you're really going to try and play this run off this lead block, okay? And it's just a really pretty course that you get to when you have a back that has this sort of fluidity and speed. And you get to see the pieces of the rookie class come together because on toss 39, this is a play where Will Campbell's going to pull outside to the first alley defender. And you get this really great block from Westover, but the blocking's all in place. And it really takes a special kind of athlete at 320 pounds to not only get out there, but just bury this safety. And Trey and Will weren't done there making a difference. Henderson hooked up with May later on in this hot flat. And this is the kind of play where most guys are going to be dead to rights because you have a safety bearing right down on them. And it's a levels kind of play, so it's got some space for him to run. But look at this sort of contact balance, the sort of power that he runs with. Henderson really does have every tool in the box. And from the end zone angle on this play, you're going to see Will Campbell go to work. And you see this course through the B gap by this tackle, right? It looks like they're trying to set up a stunt. Now, watch Will Campbell's right hand. He's going to use this to seal off B gap. He's basically blocking the tackle and the end. And by the time we're done with the play here, it's Will Campbell blocking 2 guys. Because Jared Wilson is visibly, 2 or 3 or 4 steps late, either IDing or reacting to this. And the beauty is it holds up long enough for Henderson to make this just awesome space play and extend the set of downs. And this sort of takes us back to this earlier moment in the game, one of the negative plays where you see Wilson and Campbell sort of get tangled up on a twist. And it really, the fumble here is on May. He should have tucked it. But there was this sort of rookie pressure. And now I call this a rookie pressure, but to me, it's more about Jared Wilson than it is about Will Campbell. On the left is that play from Friday, and on the right is Will Campbell at LSU. Now, watch Brian Kelly's left guard get his arm up to seal B gap and let Will know that he's got B gap and get ready to receive this. Now, this is the exact same kind of stunt, and Will has his guy just on lockdown here. And this isn't an indictment of Jared Wilson. I think he's going to be fantastic, but he's going to have to grow into playing left guard, and they're both going to have to grow into playing together in the NFL. The positive side is they were both mauling in the run game, specifically Campbell. We already showed this toss 39 here where Campbell just kicks this defender out of the club. They were really effective on a number of plays. We're going to see another play here where Will Campbell's going to, work up to the second level and just absolutely punish this linebacker for no reason other than the fact that he's Will Campbell and he's mean. And we had more winners than that. Like, this is duo with Ramondre Stevenson, this stuff of beauty. It's a ride 35 double, but it's duo because you've got the duo and an ace block. and you get this cutback lane for Stevenson, and just watch Campbell and Wilson just level their guy. You get a great block by Bradbury too right here. And you look at Will and Jared blocking together, and you really just see the potential for out of the gate just having an elite run blocking line. But there were two more rookies who I think showed well, and they're wide receivers, and one of them is Efton Chism 3, you know, my absolute favorite, scoring this touchdown on Sooner H Wheel, one of my favorite plays. Here's Jacoby Myers running it a few years back. And it's really kind of like a super mesh style design that's meant to spring a guy underneath. And I call it super mesh because, as you can see, you've got two overs and an under, and the two overs are really like a super pick for the guy running the under. And this play is usually given out as like an alert or a check with me attached to a run, because it really lets the quarterback make the defense pay for stacking the box, trying to get a blitzer off the edge, anything like that, by targeting where they are with the Z receiver. So if we go back to the beginning of the play, we're going to realize this is really just an awesome play call at the moment. You're going to get the two rubs down. The running back is wheeling, and this safety is going to cover from the flat to the end zone, but he's wrong no matter who he covers. And covering the flat to the end zone is going to leave him in position to get blocked. And of course, because they're in single high, this safety is a mile away, and really Efton Chism just kind of gets to elevate and say cheese as he scores his first NFL touchdown. And, that really is just kind of the perfect Efton Chism play. Kyle Williams also looked really good, specifically on a couple of vertical routes. This is like a go Z cross, really like a three verts kind of idea. And like Mike Vrabel said, he's getting open even if the ball's not getting to him. And you're going to see that like right here, where he's going to get up and do this good job on the go of tempoing and trying to make his way out and stack this defensive back, which he does. But the ball's a little bit sort of late or behind him. And I think this really wasn't the best day for Dobbs. Like, he's definitely been more accurate than this. But generally, you're looking for this ball to be around the hash mark, maybe a yard in, not on the defender's side of leverage. So he's really got a guy stacked and dead to rights, but can't get the ball out to his receiver. And they went back to this exact same play, except this time it's against man coverage. And you got to see Kyle Williams do his thing against press, where he's got this excellent lateral release into the fade. He cleanly stacks his guy within 10 yards here. I mean, you can't get anything better, and you're still looking for this ball on his side. But Dobbs really underthrows this one from the end zone. We're going to take a look at that really quick. He's going to get the ball up here, and you're going to watch Kyle Williams really have to sort of play defensive back for a second. This welcome to the NFL kid kind of moment. Time to play cornerback. And doubling back onto Efton Chism and a few more of his sort of non-screen reps, we get to see him run stick, which is really just an awesome kind of leverage route where he can break inside or outside based off the leverage of the nearest defender. And he makes this one clean. In fact, it's also sort of not the best throw. And that was sort of the Dobbs theme of the night. You know, if you're a Brady fan, Patriots fan, you've seen him make this throw on the outside shoulder so that one of his slot receivers can sort of like squeak out and take off running. And you get a brief glimpse of that right here, that it's not a terrible throw, but it's not one that hits him in stride. It's not anticipatory. This is a tin stock. You got to see Efton also operate out of press over the middle, where he's going to use his hand to defeat that inside press and then make his way to the hole and elevate and just make a terrific catch. This isn't a hospital ball or anything. It's also a little bit high, but it's not an easy catch and really shows off Efton's athleticism. And we can close it out with one more where we got to see Efton Chism put a double move route out there on tape, and it was really good to see. This is Dover flag. I think the Patriots would call it poker crossbow, where he's going to target and take this nickel presence up over the top. And it looks like he's feeling out, like he might want to get downfield a bit more. I'm not sure if he's looking to get flattened out, but the ball trajectory is a little bit flat and a little bit fast. You want a little bit more touch on this pass in particular, and it's just outside of his reach, but it's really just arrow up to see this kid, even on these sort of bad passes, being sort of within an inch. And you got to love what you saw from the whole rookie class taking Washington to the woodshed.